My life, until recently, followed a predictable rhythm. Work in tech, a cozy apartment in a mid-sized city, and a steady relationship with my girlfriend Gigi were the vibrant counterpoints to my introverted nature. While I found solace in quiet evenings with a good book and a cup of coffee, she craved spontaneity, dragging me out of my comfort zone with infectious enthusiasm. I believed we balanced each other perfectly, a harmonious blend of opposites. That illusion shattered one Saturday afternoon. G mentioned meeting an old friend for lunch, a man named Jay from college. I didn't think much of it. G was social, always surrounded by friends. Besides, I trusted her, or so I thought. Later that day, while she was out, a flicker of curiosity, more than suspicion, led me to glance at her open laptop. I usually respected her privacy, but something about her prolonged absence piqued my interest. Her email inbox was open. Normally, I wouldn't have snooped, but one subject line caught my eye. Photos from the cabin weekend. The heart emoji alone was enough to raise a red flag. I didn't know anything about a cabin weekend. G had mentioned a busy weekend of self-care, yoga, and catching up on some reading. Driven by a growing sense of unease, I clicked the email. The images that followed sent a jolt of icy dread through me. Photos of G and J, their arms entwined, laughing on a lakeside deck. Another showed them toasting glasses of wine by a crackling fireplace. And then, the image that solidified my suspicions. J kissing G's cheek, a wide grin plastered across her face. The timestamps confirmed my worst fears. The weekend I'd been out of town on a work trip. I closed the laptop, the blood draining from my face. My first instinct was to confront her immediately and demand an explanation. But a colder, more calculating part of me took over. I wanted proof. Undeniable, irrefutable evidence that she couldn't weasel her way out of. And so I became an amateur detective, meticulously documenting G's deceit. Her phone, thankfully, remained unlocked, a treasure trove of incriminating evidence. Text messages between her and Jay, filled with inside jokes, pet names, and plans for future getaways, painted a vivid picture of their clandestine affair. I even found a receipt for the cabin rental tucked away in our shared budget spreadsheet, labeled business expenses, a blatant lie. One text message in particular ignited a fire of fury within me. "I'm so glad he's clueless, LOL. I'd never be able to handle the drama if he found out." Drama? She thought I was some clueless idiot who would roll over and accept her betrayal. That was the moment I decided I wouldn't just walk away. I would make her regret underestimating me. My first step was gathering evidence. Screenshots of texts, emails, the cabin rental receipt, everything meticulously organized in a digital folder. Then, I consulted a lawyer friend, seeking guidance on how to navigate this treacherous situation. "Be patient," he advised. "Stay calm and document everything. If she tries anything manipulative or retaliatory, you need a clear record to protect yourself." So, I played the part of the oblivious boyfriend while quietly laying the groundwork for my exit strategy. I planted subtle seeds of doubt, asking innocuous questions about her day, her plans, and her friends, each time watching her squirm under the pressure of my scrutiny. Then came the anniversary of our relationship. I told G I had a work trip that weekend, but in reality, I booked a room at a nearby hotel. This provided the perfect opportunity to execute the final stages of my plan. First, I addressed the housing situation. Our lease was month to month, and I discreetly made arrangements to have my name removed without alerting G. Next, I opened a new bank account, transferred my portion of our savings, and locked her out of my personal accounts. Our dog, a loyal companion, was coming with me. I wasn't about to leave him in the care of someone who could so easily betray our trust. Finally, I sent a concise message to Jay. "I know. No threats, no accusations, just 2 words." I didn't expect a reply, and I didn't get one. But the thought of him sweating over the potential consequences of his actions brought a perverse sense of satisfaction. The weekend arrived. I checked into my hotel, a silent observer to the unfolding drama. Around 8 p.m., my phone began to buzz incessantly. Text messages from G, frantic and desperate. "What the hell is this? Where are you? Please let me explain. It's not what it looks like. I ignored them all. I wanted her to sit with the reality of her actions and experience the same agonizing uncertainty she had inflicted upon me. The next morning, I sent the evidence folder to her boss. G worked in PR for a company that prided itself on integrity and ethics. Her affair with J, a married client, was a significant breach of professional conduct. I didn't stop there. I sent the same folder to J's wife. She deserved to know the truth, to confront the man who had betrayed her trust. G's meltdown was swift and spectacular. By the afternoon, I was inundated with calls from mutual friends, their voices laced with a mixture of shock and disbelief. Apparently, G had been fired from her job, and J's wife had kicked him out of the house. Good. They deserved each other. A week later, I was settling into my new apartment, a sense of calm I hadn't experienced in months finally returning. G appeared at my doorstep, looking disheveled, her eyes red-rimmed. "Can we talk?" she pleaded, her voice trembling. "You can talk," I said, stepping into the hallway and closing the door behind me. "I'll listen." She launched into a tearful apology, claiming she'd made a mistake, that she loved me, and that Jay meant nothing to her. She even tried to blame me, claiming my emotional detachment had driven her to seek affection elsewhere. I let out a short, bitter laugh. "Let me get this straight," I said, my voice cold. "You lied to my face for months, cheated on me with a married man, and now it's my fault? Do you even hear yourself?" She started crying again, but I remained unmoved. "You don't get to rewrite the narrative," I continued. "You made your choices, and now you get to live with the consequences." She tried to argue, to plead for forgiveness, but I remained firm. "We're done, G," I said, my voice unwavering. "Move on and don't come back." I turned and walked inside, locking the door behind me. Her muffled sobs faded as she walked away, leaving me with a newfound sense of peace. Looking back, I realized how many red flags I had ignored. The late nights, the vague explanations, the way she always seemed a little too attached to her phone. But I'm done blaming myself. I'm not the one who lied, cheated, or tried to manipulate someone into staying in a toxic relationship. If there's one thing I've learned from this experience, it's this. Trust your instincts. When someone shows you who they really are, believe them. Want more stories about karma hitting hard? Subscribe and stick around. You won't regret it.